Good morning, Year 4. It's Tuesday, and this is our second lesson of lines of symmetry. Now, yesterday we used the espresso video to introduce lines of symmetry, and this should be a kind of quick video today, but there's just one thing that I really want to go through with you to show you relationships between lines of symmetry in regular shapes. Okay, so here are a set of regular shapes, and you should know that regular shapes mean that the sides of the shape are equal length and the angles of the shape are equal length. Okay, so our three-sided shape is an equilateral triangle. Our four-sided shape is a square. Our five-sided shape is a regular pentagon. Our six-sided shape is a regular hexagon. And our eight-sided shape is a regular octagon. And what we are going to do is mark on the lines of symmetry in each of these shapes. Okay, so I started with the first one for the equilateral triangle. Okay, and what you should know about a line of symmetry, it means that it's the same both sides. Okay, you should have, they give you definition of what a line of symmetry is. And a line of symmetry is something where you've got reflective symmetry, and it means it is the same both sides of the line. Okay, so there is our first line of symmetry in our equilateral triangle. I'm going to mark on more now. Okay, so our equilateral triangle has three lines of symmetry. Okay, you can see each line of symmetry coming off one vertex, okay, and going to the middle of the opposite side. All right, so there's our three lines of symmetry in our equilateral triangle. Okay, so I'm going to do the square now. thought I'd just give you a little peep into how I'm getting on. So each of these shapes has a line of symmetry, okay, coming off each vertex to the opposite vertex, and each middle of the edge to the middle of the opposite edge. Okay, so that's how you get 8 for the octagon, and that's how you get 6 for the hexagon. Okay, so I'll finish doing them and then let you see. Okay, so there we go. So our regular hexagon has 6 lines of symmetry, and our regular octagon has 8 lines of symmetry. So for regular shapes, it has the same number of lines of symmetry as it does sides, okay, but it only applies to regular shapes. All right, so don't forget. Okay, so just gonna have a quick look at the work for today. Okay, you can start on the developing. Everybody can start on the developing and work your way through the sequence. All right, I expect everybody to do the developing and expected, and if you find it easy, okay, then you can do the greater depth as well. But most people will probably just do the developing and expected. Okay, so if we start looking here, this is a Venn diagram, all right, and you should have used them before. So the shapes that go into this first circle will have a vertical line of symmetry. Okay, so that's the one that goes up and down. And the shapes that go into the second circle will have a horizontal line of symmetry. So that's the one that goes from left to right or right to left. And the shapes that go where the circles overlap have got to have a vertical line of symmetry and a horizontal line of symmetry. So it's just a way of sorting, okay, shapes. All right, so they just get a little bit more complex as you go through. It's still a Venn diagram sorting on lines of symmetry, but the properties inside each circle are different as you go up through the sheets. Okay, so just read the questions, answer the questions. They're quite sort of good at asking you to identify errors as opposed to kind of working out an answer. You know, they ask you to identify what is wrong. Okay. And the last one we're going to kind of look at, so here it is on the developing sheet. Okay, now it comes back to understanding how the line of symmetry should look, what it actually what it actually does. Okay, so it says here are 2 attempts at drawing reflections. Okay, because these are reflective lines of symmetry. Reflection will be the same on both sides. Find the reflection that is not symmetrical and explain why. Okay, so for A and B, this side of our line is the same, but when we look at the reflection, we can see that B is correct. It's the same on both sides, okay, and A is not, because that line should continue going along horizontally. Okay, and here again, all right, you can see straight away the same on both sides, but in shape B, this side is bigger than this side. Okay, so our line of symmetry would have needed to have come over to be in the middle. All right, Okay, so the further on you go, the more closely you're going to have to look at the shapes, because at first these ones, I don't so much think those ones because you can identify straight away, but these ones you're going to have to work out why they are not uh, sort of symmetrical, some of them. Okay, so look closely. And then this is the greater depth sheet, so you need to look closely, and you need to look really closely at these shapes, because at first glance they look the same both sides, but if you look really carefully, okay, all right, you will see that they are not the same. All right, so if you look at shape A, this distance between the line of symmetry and this edge is smaller than this distance, okay, and they've got to be the same. All right, so have a go and see how you get on. All right, have fun and work hard.